Royal Albert Hall. Similar events have been organised in America as an attempt to encourage people to do voluntary work, improving the areas where they live. Well, it's called RockCorps, and Stephen Greene is the man who came up with the idea. How did you come up with the idea? What prompted it?
Well, I didn't really. There's 7 of us that started RockCorps, and 2 of our founders, Grady Lee and Toby Garrett, were concert promoters. They would always give out 100, 200 tickets to people to put up the fencing or put out the trash bins. They're so impressed by how much work people would do for a free gig ticket. They thought, let's give the whole gig away, and rather than just organize the festival grounds, let's do something for the community. Let's build hiking trails or work in the schools. That's really where the germ of the idea came from.
Why do people need an incentive like that? Isn't it just enough to see the good that you're doing without having to get a ticket as a reward?
And what we've discovered, and we aim mostly at young people, 16 to 25s, is if you ask that group, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 will say, yes, I volunteer and support and I want to do it. But only 2 or 3 of those 10 will actually be doing it on a regular basis. So we use the language of music, the concert, to give them that first push. They come out, they try some volunteering, have the mystery taken out of it, discover that volunteer muscle they didn't know they have, and then it becomes sort of self-reinforcing at that point.
So they are tempted then to take it on and keep doing it, not when there isn't an incentive like a ticket?
Absolutely. I think they come down, they meet a group of people, they see what 50 of them, if coming together, can do in 4 hours. Then they come to our gigs and they see 5,000 others who've done the same thing. It really gives them a sense of how powerful even their small actions can be when put together in a group sense, and it becomes self-reinforcing.
So you pay up front and you get the ticket afterwards?
Exactly. I mean, we're big fans of Bob Geldof, certainly, and the gigs he's done, massive. But in those gigs, you come and you experience the music and you hear about some really important issues, particularly Africa or Live Earth, who followed on. In ours, you've done your work and then you come to the gig to celebrate.
How are you enticing them then? Who's in the lineup that would attract young people?
Well, we're announcing our artists slowly over time as we lead up to the Albert Hall gig. And this gig at the Albert Hall is called Orange RockCorps. And for that gig, we've already announced Busta Rhymes. He'll be one of our headliners. He loves the program. He'll come down, do a couple of volunteer events with the volunteers themselves, really mix it up, and then we're going to add some rock and some dance into that as well, something for everybody.
So once you've got somebody like him on board, it's easier to get other people involved too, is it?
You start to see that it's the Royal Albert Hall, it's Busta Rhymes. I mean, this is serious concert business here.
What kind of projects, just briefly, will benefit them from these volunteers taking part?
We'll do about 60 projects leading up to the gig. So we'll work with 20 different local charities. They're always done in partnership with local charities. The idea is to make a handshake between the young people and a charity, so they see, wow, this is really going on in my corner of my city, in my neighborhood. And we're issue agnostic. We'll work with charities that are focused on the environment, things around young people, issues of poverty, certainly homelessness, HIV, AIDS. Whatever you're passionate about and think that you'd like to get involved with, we probably have something for you.
That sounds great. And we wish you all the best with it, Stephen Greene from RockCorps. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now, a new show.